Hey everybody, I'm sitting down today to test out the new Nuvo Shimmer Powder, which I received in the July kit for Antivira Scrap and Craft. When I first saw this product, I thought it was something similar to Perfect Pearls, where it was a powder that you brush on and it leaves a very beautiful, fine, iridescent shine. However, I then tested it out on wet inks and left it there to dry. And when I had a look at that tester, which is on the left-hand side there, I realized that it actually changed color, and that the powder was actually granules and nothing at all like Perfect Pearls. So I wondered if it was something that could be used with water. And yes, sure enough, this is definitely something that could be used with water, and it's very much like the Ken Oliver Color Bursts, which I have a lot of fun with and have had a little bit of experience with. So I knew exactly how to use it. So if you've used color bursts before or brushes, you know these guys give instant color. What I did was I added a mist of water first, and I mean mist, not droplets of water. Mist is the best. Then you shower your powder on top or your granules on top, and then you add some more color. Now, depending on how much water you add, you can either create a really light watercolor effect, or if you leave the granules pretty much to burst where the water is, you can have quite a lot of texture. And if you examine the Nuvo Shimmer Powder closely and compare it to what you know of the Ken Oliver Color Bursts, you will see that they do leave different results. So I found the shimmer powder to be exactly as they say, shimmery, quite metallic-y actually. If you look in some areas, there is some gold, which is lovely, and that's when you leave it in concentration. If you add a lot of water, it does fade out and creates like a watercolor effect, which you can see on the top part of this paper here. Now, I just wanted to show you that if you're not happy with your original first application, you can always re-mist it and start again. So here I've just misted the bottom with a different color, so you can see that you can add colors and that they can mix. And at the top there, I misted with water and then added more of that Atlantis Burst to add to your design. Now, the thing that I found with both the color bursts and the shimmer was that it is important not to keep adding water and lose the effect that you get. I really love it when you just add a little bit and let it mix with water on its own, and then let it dry. Now, the other thing that you can do is destroy it with your heat gun. What I'm doing here is I'm just following the water and I'm moving the water around, and then it leaves hard watermarks, which I really don't like. So this is where you need to play with your Nuvo Shimmer Powder and your color bursts, and to find out the look that works best for you. I'm just showing you here, this is just a piece of paper, this is watercolor paper that I'm playing with, just in case you have never had the advantage of playing with this product yourself. Now, you might wonder, what in the world can you do with something like this? Well, you can actually cut shapes out of these and use them in your art play. So in your journals or in your cards, just grab whatever shapes you have and then cut elements out of these beautiful backgrounds and then stamp on them, or maybe even stamp your sentiments on them and really utilize them in your art. I'm grabbing a different color paper. This is 300 GSM now, mixed media paper. Previous one was just watercolor paper, and I'm doing a fine mist now, and I'm applying the shimmer powder and then trying my best not to drown it with water. So I'm putting the water around the edges, and then I'm just leaving it and drying from very high on top so that I don't destroy the texture that the color that the little color powders are making. I love this marbled look, and this is probably one of the better ones that I make when I am patient enough to let it dry on its own. You can see here the shimmer of the shimmer powder. It's really beautiful. It's got a really beautiful like metallic mica gold through it. You can also see where the droplets have left hard edges, which means that I was chasing the water droplets around with a heat gun, and I hate it when I do that, and I really have to stop doing that. So what I'm doing here is I thought I would make a few smaller backgrounds to make some cards using that Nuvo Shimmer Powder. I'm using 4.5 by 5.5 watercolor paper here, and I am using my Versamark on this wood stamp of this cute little bear. It's like a winter theme. So what I've done here is I've just put some black embossing powder, and I'm going to be heat setting that with my heat tool. The interesting thing here that I discovered is the paper that I use. It doesn't really show here because I'm using the black, but it will show markedly when I use the clear embossing powder. So here you're just seeing me mist and then add a little bit of the Nuvo Shimmer Powder. I didn't think I added enough water, so I added some more there, and it looks really pretty. I love that very abstract kind of background. I thought I'd just dab a little bit around the bear, but I really love this. Really simple, and it really hits the spot when you want to do a little bit of sort of mixed media to a card, but you don't want to add too much. I'm going to repeat the same thing here. I am going to use a different stamp though, and what I thought I would do is use the clear embossing powder. So I'm just going to be using my Stampaholic positioner here. This is a good tool for clear acrylic stamps, and I'm just placing them here in position, and then I'm going to do the same thing, add the Versamark, and then add my clear embossing powder. You can see a nice shine there, which means that it's set. I'm now going to be adding my shimmer mist, and then adding some more water. Watch what happens here. So I'm thinking that I'm not seeing very much resisting happening. I'm spreading it around with my paintbrush. I see a little bit of the bird, but nothing around. Well, you kind of see where the butterfly is, but you don't see much definition. And I'm thinking, what happened here? Is there too much water? Is there not enough water? Is there not enough Versamark? And it seemed to me that the 300 GSM paper seemed to absorb the clear embossing powder, and it just wasn't enough to resist. I found that the Nuvo Shimmer Powder kind of just floated on top maybe. So I thought I'd use this Ranger Speciality paper. This is a paper that I found works excellent with embossing. So I'm doing the same thing here. I'm restamping it with the Versamark and then heat setting the clear embossing powder. And look how well this paper resists the Nuvo Shimmer Powders. So really, I found this an excellent experiment. Different papers that you're using when you come to heat emboss. I'm just going back earlier to that first card that I made with the bear. I thought, well, what I'd like to do is maybe cut him out and add him to a second card as a feature. And here I'm just grabbing some normal white card, and I thought I'd break it up a little bit with some craft paper, and then I'm just gonna pop up this little bear feature on 3D foam tape. I thought it would look really nice to use some of the ribbons that were in the July kit. These are the gorgeous Santoro ribbons. I really love these. They're excellent quality, and I want to start using more ribbon in my crafting. Love how it looks here, but thought it looked a little bit bare, so I added some sequins from the July kit, and I totally adore this card. It can be just sent as a hello card to anyone during the cooler winter season. Going back now to my bird and butterfly card, I'm just adding a sentiment here. This is the Tim Holtz clipping stickers. I love this. This one says Chatterbox, which is really cool. I'm using some dimensional butterfly stickers that I buy from, I think it's a Red Dot here. Love these because they have the vellum wings, so they kind of give the extra 3D texture. I was going to leave it there, but I thought it needed a little bit of something extra. So I grabbed these flowers that I kind of made myself, but they seemed way too bulky for what I was doing. I loved the look that it gave, but way too bulky. And then I remembered that I had these flat prima flowers, which is so perfect for exactly what I wanted. And I just added them along the branches to add a little pop of color in between with that background. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this product testing of the new Nuvo Shimmer Powder. An excellent product to create backgrounds in your art journaling and to make quick backgrounds for your cards. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody, and I'll see you in my next video.